Hey, what's going on, everybody? I know who it is. It's JJ. You know we back at it like an addict, no rehab, because you know I'm addicted to giving you guys this advice. So we're gonna do how to get your dealer's license in Minnesota, part one. I just got done taking my kids to Taekwondo practice, so sorry for the late upload, but hey, I'm getting it uploaded for you guys. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's get it. So the dealer application, the license application fee is $250, which I'm pretty sure is refundable. Most of all dealer applications is refundable. Only thing, but the application fee is refundable because the used car commission, they get that back, but they don't account for all the money and hassle that you had to put in to get started. You don't get the refund for if you went and got a property. You don't get the money back for the sign. You don't get back money for the bond. You don't get money back. You get $250, which you might have came out of pocket 4,000, 5,000, 10,000. So best to have all your ducks in a row before you even apply, because you can be out of all this money and then not even get approved and then be mad. So in Minnesota, if you sell more than 5 cars, if you're a public person, you sell and you're selling cars on the street, you sell more than 5 cars, they catch you selling more than 5 cars, you're obligated to get a dealer's license. But I'm pretty sure it's plenty of people that sells more than 5 cars that ain't never got in trouble. But I'm just saying, like, hey, but this is gonna be the breakdown on how to get your dealer's license. But let's get into it. So the application fee, I already know, is $250. So let's break it down. Anyone in the business of selling used vehicles or processing and selling scrap metal acquired from vehicles. Anyone who conducts consignment sales or arranged sales or leasing. So even if you're scrapping, you need a Minnesota dealer's license. So you'll get it in a second. Hold on. Any type of dealership is considered a commercial operation. So you're gonna need a commercial property. So you just call down to the local. Whenever you find a property, just write the address down. Call your zoning for your state, and they'll let you know if this property is zoned to be a car lot. They'll let you know. So all you have to do is just call them whenever you find anything. But most of the time, when you're searching on like Facebook or Craigslist or anything for your property, is going to say like previously auto sales. There'll probably be a car lot already. You know, do not file an application until the location meets all the necessary requirements listed on the checklist. Failure to meet these requirements, your application be denied. So if your car lot don't meet the checklist, so a commercial building enclosed a commercial building, a permanent enclosed building that is on a permanent foundation connected to a local sewer and water facility, or otherwise complies with local sanitary codes, adapted to commercial use and conforming to local government zoning requirements. This may include strip office, malls, garages. If it's a separate interest and separate address is maintained and the dealership is clearly identified as a separate business. So if you're in like a strip mall or something, or in a separate garage, you can be good, but you have to make sure your business is identified. It's car sales, auto sales, or whatever. You know make sure all of that. Let's keep going. And DBS, dealers of motorized bicycles, boats, and snowmobiles, selling. So it's an additional 10. So if you're in Minnesota, if you're selling like motorized boats, bicycles, but snowmobiles, then it's an extra $10. So you have to pay an extra $10 fee to sell those. Let's see. Let's go down to used dealers. That's not giving me much information. Y'all giving me the little basic stuff. Hang on one second. Let's get. But I know I was reading something just a second ago. Alright, hold on. Let's rock out right here. That's what I was reading. Need to get back to. So right here, step 1, you are required to obtain a $50,000 surety bond and insurance before you obtain your dealer's license. So before you even get your license, you're gonna need a bond of $50,000 and insurance. Also recommend the first step to obtain the cost of your surety bond is based on your credit, which $50,000 surety bond costs you anywhere $200, $300 a year, depending on your credit, depending on all the other stuff. And you also have to obtain a special insurance policy before the state of Minnesota will allow you to have a dealer's license. That's crazy. Your insurance policy pricing will be dependent on your driving record. So if you have a really bad driving record, you're probably going to pay a lot of insurance. So you best have a good driving record. You must have 30,000 per person, 60,000 per accident, 10,000 property damage, 25,000 per person, 50,000 per accident under an uninsured motorist liability protection, 20,000 medical, 20,000 non-medical personal injury protection on your insurance. So that's all. Like once you get the application, it's going to state that in the application, you know. But it's really not. They don't really have that many requirements. Like the list is like that short. So it's basically get the building, your bond, and everything, and just basically fill out the application, pay the money. A lot of these times to get your dealer's license, and it's not really hard to get it in your state. The main thing is insurance, bond, place of business, send in your money, and they're gonna let you operate. That they're gonna let you operate. So that's why I'm making these dealer license videos. Like it's easy making part ones but I'm not in that state. So like, if you guys was in Oklahoma, I can tell you like break down everything and everywhere you can need to go exactly. But I don't live in none of these states, and I've never really visited any states or tried to or looked at any applications. So it's hard for me to do these. It's I'm not gonna say hard, but it's a slight difficulty for me doing these dealer license videos, just because like some of this stuff I don't be knowing like the rules and regulations for like that certain state. Like I know the rules and regulations for Oklahoma, and it's like some of these codes, like if I lived in Minnesota, then I would know what some of these codes, or if I lived in one of these states, I would know what these codes probably mean because I lived there, or some of these words, like abbreviated words, mean. But since I don't live there, their requirements pretty easy. Just insurance, bond, place of business, send in your $250, send in your 250. Make sure complete the application, send it in. You're pretty much it. Make sure you have your sign permanently mounted on the building. But that's it. It's only really, it's like 1, 2, 3 steps. But the main step is really just getting a $50,000 bond and then getting your insurance and your place of business, and that's really it in Minnesota. And basically, if you're selling snowmobiles, additional $10. It's really not that hard. So once you find your place of business, that's probably like I'm telling you, any of these dealer license videos, the hardest part about the whole process is going to be your location. That's the only major thing. Like people be thinking it's hard to get your dealer license. No, it's not hard. The hardest thing is having the money to pay your rent. That's it. By paying your rent to get your cars. I mean, paying your rent wherever you're at, because typically a commercial property, I was lucky that I found the property for cheap, but commonly that's here in Oklahoma. Here in Oklahoma, for the smallest property, commercial property, you're going to be paying, 15, 2,500. So in other states, I know you're probably paying 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 for your place of business a month. So you have to really be considerate of that. Do you want to spend this money? And but hey, you can always flip cars on the side, man. If you flip enough cars on the side, you'll be okay. It's a way you can get it. But I ain't gonna spoil it all for you guys. I'm gonna put that in the course. So I got some stuff that I'm gonna put down and break down to you in the course. So so if you want, I'm gonna show you a way that you can flip cars without having a dealer's license, and flip cars with a dealer's license. And I'm gonna tell y'all insurance hack too. How to get some cheap insurance where you can drive around and be good and everything like that. But that's all gonna be in the course, so just be waiting on it. But if you haven't already, like this video, subscribe to the channel. I'm out. Peace.